Hello YouTubers, this is Bob Hickman. Happy Halloween. Welcome back to Spirit Channel. Well, before we get into the letters, I have a very, very important announcement. A lot of you have been writing me and asking me questions about my work on the RIP files. And anyways, I thought I would tell you I am going to be doing an appearance in Richmond this weekend on Channel 6, WTVR, the CBS affiliate. I'm going to be on the show with the producer, Pat Marin, and we're going to be interviewed about our work with the RIP files, in particular our work at Bird Theater, where we made a lot of spirit contact. Now, for those of you who live in Richmond, Virginia, or get those channels, it is going to be WTVR Channel 6, the CBS affiliate. Now, for the rest of you who do not live in Richmond, guess what? The TV producers contacted me and said that WTVR is going to be doing live web streaming of our appearance on the show. So it's going to start at 7 a.m. Eastern U.S. time on on Sunday, October 31st, 7 a.m. So you can go to www.wtvr.com. I'll put the link down here. And tune in and watch me live as I'm interviewed by the CBS affiliate there. So guys, come on out, come see me. I look forward to having you there, and I'm very excited about being on their morning show. So anyways, that's that. So do check us out. But again, the links are below to watch me. It is going to be worldwide streaming internet broadcast also. So if you're not in Richmond and you don't want to see it on TV, on the internet, you can get it 7 a.m. Eastern U.S. time. That'll be 12 p.m. noon Sunday London time, or like 4 a.m. West Coast Los Angeles time. And it goes around the world. So anyways, guys, I hope you'll come out and support me. And if you enjoy seeing me on WTVR, write the station and tell them you enjoyed, and maybe they'll have me back again. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. Well, the letters have been rolling in, so we're going to get into those. But before we start that, give me just a moment and let me attune to the spirit world. Okay? Fletcher's over here. He sends his greetings to all of you. All right, my first letter today is for Torah 604. Hello, dear. Thank you for writing. You know, I keep seeing around you the last week of November is kind of a turning point, because it looks like in the work situation they're going to start to do some changes here. And I feel like there's somebody around you who's leaving a position, and you may be moving into a new job opening around that time. And you know, I see in December here things getting back on track with you in the relationships area, particularly in romance here. It's interesting because all of your relationships have been going through a bit of a strain. There's a lot of changes here energetically around you. But Archangel Raphael is guiding you here. And I want you just to hang on, because at the end of November, you're really going to start to see a pickup here. So it's not too much longer, okay? Keep me posted. Thank you for writing. Okay, Awesome Roar. Hi. You know, around this situation, I'm picking up depression around the person that you inquired about. And I feel that it's actually a depression issue that's generating what appears to be addictive behavior. I'm not sure it's necessarily a physical addiction, but I do pick it up as a psychological addiction, but it's being stemmed by depression. So I'd like you to take that person to a physician and have them evaluated for a depression issue. And I feel like once they can get that side under control, I see the addiction side kind of lessening here. And I feel like that will come into balance here, okay? But, you know, you need to do this right now. I wouldn't wait on it, okay? Thanks for writing. Okay, Mary Ann Gibson. I believe that's the name. Mary Ann GBSN Gibson. Hi. You know, around you, you got a bunch of spirit people, but the one who's talking to me right now, her name is Sally. And Sally was a psychic, interestingly, in the 1930s and the 1940s. It looks like she died around 1944. But she's around you And she says she's opening your psychic self here, because it looks like you've been really trying to kind of connect stronger to that other world. So Sally has come from the spirit world to work with you. But that's her name, and I do believe you'll be making contact with her very soon. But she is around you. Just say, Sally, give me some signs here. And it's interesting because she keeps showing me old, like, cars from the 1940s. And I believe she loved cars. So if you're going down the road, you may start to see old antique cars, and that's a sign from her that she's around, okay? But that's who your guide is, okay? Thank you so very much. Okay, 4IM331. Hi. You know, you've got around you a spirit guide, and the name is Sir Joseph Banks. And he's around you. It's interesting. He was a scientist connected to the Royal Society. And he's working with you to help you balance scientific knowledge and spiritual knowledge, because it looks like in the coming years you're going to be kind of helping people understand that they don't have to necessarily be mutually exclusive, that they can work in harmony. So he's helping you balance the scientific rationale and the psychic side, okay? But his name is Sir Joseph Banks, and he's one of your spirit people, okay? Thank you so much for writing. Okay, let's see. Shiny Hunter B word. You know, I get around you some issues connected to your body's nervous system here. And it's like your nervous system is in overdrive. And interestingly, there's a lot of glandular changes right now. And I'm getting a strong change around the pituitary gland. And I feel like this pituitary gland is opening kind of some psychic channels in your body. But the problem is, because the channels are opening more rapidly than they perhaps should, it's offsetting your body's nervous system. And it's making a lot of it's kind of overwhelming you. I'd like you to have your family physician talk to you, have them look at you from an issue of overstimulated pituitary gland, because I just pick up an issue around that. One of the things also that will help in this is to get a hematite stone. Ask your mother to get you a stone that's hematite, because that will also help to balance that energy. It slows down kind of the electrical current, so it grounds you down a little bit. But that's what I'm getting. This is actually a lot of spirit activity around you because of the pituitary gland, and they need to look at that, okay? Let me know how it is. Thanks for writing. Okay, Musicon 1110. Hi. You know, the name I keep getting around you is Jerry, Gerry, and that was actually a last name, not a first name. And I keep seeing a connection to a governor's family. So there may have been a governor in that area, a governor of that state, but I'm seeing a gubernatorial connection here. So I believe you descend from that lineage, at least in that lifetime you were connected to that. Your boyfriend was your husband at that time, and I believe he was connected to the legal field also. And the towns I want to place this, I'm seeing two cities, so you may have moved between Salem and Ipswich. It's between both of those towns. So look for anybody with the name of Jerry in those towns. Let's see if we can find something for you here. But that's where you were. Anyways, I hope that gives you some insight. Thanks for writing. Okay, Zora Tales. You know, I have to tell you, I'm picking up transition here around this relationship. And I really feel like I want you to be open to letting that person move on, because I think that they have a lot of issues they need to work out, and I'm not sure it's going to be with you, to be honest. And I don't say that to be hurtful, but to be helpful. You know, I see around you in January somebody new entering your life. And the name around this is it's an H, like Haley or Holly is the name. She's about 5'2", kind of petite, long blonde hair, and I see green eyes. She's a real pretty girl. But it looks like you make a connection around January with her, and I feel like this is through some sort of schooling or some sort of environment. It feels like a school sort of environment in a classroom. So that's where I want to place this. I see you moving into a relationship with this new person in January. Okay. Thanks for waiting. All right. Did 189. did 189. Hi. You know, one of your past lives, it was actually in the 1940s. You were actually a truck driver. Now, don't think that doesn't sound so glamorous. Most of us were not glamorous, famous people. But the good thing about that life is you helped a lot of people. You were very good at organizing unions so that workers were not abused. And I feel like that's one of the themes that's going to be manifesting again in this life. It's very much what we call activist theme. So, anyways, you died in 1948, I believe. So anyways, you may have, you know, a connection or drawing to trucks, or, you know, I want you to look up images from the 1940s, particularly trucking images, because that'll help bring some of that back for you. And you have a guardian angel named Samuel around you. And I also get here around you some connection with artwork. So you may be finding yourself drawn to more creative energies here in the coming year as well. And I feel like art is going to be very much a very powerful force for you to help you open psychically and spiritually this year, okay? Anyway, Samiel, S-A-M-I-E-L is your guide, okay? Thanks for writing. All right. Diamond Scorpion, hi. Well, let me tell you, your mother's in the light. And I keep getting around her that there were two other ladies that came to bring her over. One of them feels like her mother, and then there was also a sister. I believe your mother may have a sister who's also in spirit. Could be grandmother's sister, but I want to place his mother's sister here around her. And I keep seeing your mother passing. There seems to be a lot of issue around blood pressure and also kidney problems at the time of her crossing as well. But she's in the light, and she has been coming around. Fletcher keeps telling me that she's trying to connect with you through the dreams as well. So I want you to watch your dreams. But she's over, and yes, I do hear something about, sounds like she's saying, I'm okay. And she said it's all healed up. And she also indicates something in the chest area. So I don't know if there was a lung or heart condition right at the time across, but she's going like everything's healed up, and she does this motion. So I see around her a lot of light, and she's at peace, and she's in the light. But you're going to be getting a more direct contact here in about 2 to 3 weeks, okay? But she's going to show herself in a dream first to you, okay? Let me know how it goes. Thanks for writing. Well, guys, I'm afraid that's all I've got time for today. I'm so glad you were here. Listen, come out and see me tomorrow on WTVR.com, and I'll be interviewed live on the CBS affiliate, Channel 6. Thank you so very much. I look forward to seeing you, and next week we'll bring you more messages from the spirit world.